Who would have thought that an inconspicuous natural boulder on the hillside could be transformed into a long-term home by a man's careful modifications? The interior space is not only spacious and airy, easily accommodating one person, but there is also a clear river below that provides water for living and alleviates worries about food. One day, while wandering in his backyard, Dick was inadvertently attracted by a huge natural rock on the hillside. Upon closer inspection, he discovered a spacious area at the bottom of the stone, with a solid structure and a concealed location. With a little modification, it could become a comfortable shelter, so he immediately took action. First, he cleared the internal rubble to create a flat space. Then Dick got up and set off to collect dry branches nearby. He planned to fill the gaps under the rock and ignite a large fire, using the principle of thermal expansion and contraction to cause the rock surface to heat up, expand, and crack, thus increasing the usable space inside. As the bonfire was lit, the top of the stone became hot and began to emit faint crackling sounds, with chunks of rubble continuously falling off. During this time, Dick kept watch nearby, constantly stuffing in more dry wood to ensure he could achieve the desired effect. By the time the flames completely extinguished, it was already the next day. Dick swung his iron pickaxe and began to chisel inward along the edge of the boulder, while using a shovel to clear out the shattered stones inside. After the high temperature treatment from the previous day, the top stones could be easily pried off, and he quickly cleared out a spacious and well-structured living space. Moreover, the heated rock was not only easy to dismantle, but also easier to shape. Dick used the iron pickaxe to smooth the edges and planned to build a fireplace in the corner. On the mountain, with significant temperature differences between day and night, this was key to resisting the cold and ensuring survival. He first built walls on both sides with stones, extending up to the top to connect with the boulder, forming a solid hole to prevent smoke leakage or collapse. Then, he laid a layer of rubble at the bottom of the fireplace and filled it with fine sand. This not only enhanced insulation, but also prevented the flames from directly scorching the ground. Then he ignited the dry wood, and the smoke gently drifted into the mountains through the reserved flue at the top, with no backflow occurring. The overall effect was quite good. After completing the fireplace, Dick began to seal the front entrance of the small house, building a complete wall with stones and leaving only a narrow single-person passage. Next, he went to a nearby hillside and collected some fine sand, evenly sprinkling it on the uneven floor inside the house. He then used a shovel to repeatedly pat it down, directly using it as a bed for resting. Since the shelter was built on a sloping hillside with a significant elevation difference to make entering and exiting safer, he specifically built steps with stones in front of the door to reduce the difficulty of climbing. Everything was in order, and Dick took out the fishing net he carried with him, went to the river below, and began preparing for dinner. Thanks to the good ecology of this water area and the rich fish resources, he quickly caught 2 plump bass duck. While the sky had not yet completely darkened, he also collected some dry wood around and neatly stacked it aside for later use, ensuring the fireplace could burn continuously throughout the night. Once the dry wood turned into glowing charcoal, he heated oil in a pan and added the cleaned base, frying them until both sides were golden and fragrant. At this time, the sky outside was gradually darkening. Dick set the table inside and took out some wraps from his backpack. Paired with the crispy and tender fish, it was a simple yet satisfying meal. After eating and drinking enough, he got up and went outside, selecting a few pieces of the previously prepared dry wood to stuff into the fireplace. Then he used a thick blanket as a door panel to seal the entrance with rocks, and then lay back on the bed, starting his first night here.